as well. So I've written out a divine decree to God. And I'm declaring and decreeing that the house will be whole and complete and healed. And that the house will be a productive house and not a sick house. I saw all this. I was excited. I said, God, the church is going to be full Sunday. I saw it. I'm like, God, oh, wow. He said, because I'm not going to babysit mess no more. My house is not daddy daycare, and we're going to deal with the dry bones. So I'm telling you, it's going to get raw, and I'm going to be real, so get ready. Because you're going to see a side of me, and I'm going to be able to share things from the word that I ain't really went deep in. I only surfaced it. But God said, in order for the house to get healed, then you got to expose where you are. Talking about me. So that others can know that healing and true deliverance can really take place. So I'm going to try to keep it PG. So I began to inquire the Lord, why is this, Lord? What is really going on? So he led me to Colossians 3, and then we're going to go back to Ezekiel. But first we got to deal with how did we get to this place? How did we get to crossing over this valley of all these dry bones? Because there's no way these bones are going to be put back together again if we don't know the reason why we were scattered in the first place. So I said, okay, Lord, show me. Colossians 3, verse 1. If you then be risen with Christ, seek those things which are above, where Christ sitteth on the right hand of God. So now, if you want your true deliverance, you got to seek of God. You cannot get it on your own power. You can't get it on your own might. If you then be risen with Christ, if you're ready to truly have a spiritual resurrection of the dead stuff around you, seek those things which are above, where Christ sitteth on the right hand of God. Set your affections on things above and not on things on the earth. He said there is a spiritual wildness that has taken place. We have been so spiritual that we still know how to be wild, but still call it in a spirit realm. Spiritual wildness. He said, so in order to get this wildness out of the church, you got to seek on things above. You got to begin to seek on things that are from of God. Verse 3. For ye are dead, and your life is held with Christ in God. We got to realize that there's got to be a dying with Christ. There's got to be a dying with Christ. So that means today we're going to experience our own personal crucifixion. Oh, are we going somewhere? Because I don't already pray that everybody walk in the door today, you're going to get your deliverance. It may not take place right here, right now, this moment. But the word that's going to be penetrated and that's on the inside of you is going to go with you for life. I ain't talking about change for a moment. I'm talking about being changed for life. I'm so sick of the moment changes. I'm ready to do this, God. I'm ready for this, God. And for the moment. But then another moment comes. And then I'm back in my mess that I'm in. I'm back doing what I don't want to do. I'm back doing what I know I shouldn't be doing. I'm back doing, and we're going to get into what it is that's doing. I don't like doing these things. But what are these things? Now, real quiet. Mortify therefore of your members which are upon the earth. Here we go. Mortify therefore of your members which are upon the earth. Number one, fornication. God said it's time for you to stop sleeping around. It's time for you to stop allowing, it's time for you to, I had to bring it in because that wasn't PG. It's time for you to stop allowing stuff going inside of you. You know, I got kids, so I gotta say stuff so all you to know what the stuff I'm talking about is. Because I really want to just like boom, but I can't. So you gotta stop allowing stuff going inside of you, because what you don't realize is spirits are being dumped into you, women. You're carrying around spirits. And if you ain't got delivered from the spirits of the ones, of the four ones that's been deposited in you, guess what? You still carrying around them same demons in the church and ain't dealt with it. Wondering why you still mentally connected to somebody that's been left you so long ago, and you still stuck on what it is they doing. It's called soul ties. So God said, I am ready to disconnect it all in order for there to be a connection that we go into later. So first and foremost, stop fornicating. What is fornication? Sex before marriage. Now we're going to go even deeper, but I just got to hold up because I really want to, but I got to wait. Can't fire hose you. Sex before marriage. Why am I feeling this way? Because it's a spirit on the inside of you that is craving for something, so you try to find it in a man or a woman. But what your spirit is really craving for is to be loved by God. But because you're so disconnected and not understanding what it is that you're really looking for, you're trying to find it in another person. And then you still leave dissatisfied. Only satisfied for the moment. But when you're done and you clean yourself up, there's still something missing on the inside of you. I know I'm preaching. Uncleanliness. Uncleanness. God said it's uncleanness. Something that God had to deal with me with. If my house was a mess, that's a sure indication there's a mess going on the inside of me. If things are clean, picked up, put in the right place, but it's still dusty, it's still dirty. Still issues. Everything on the outward appearance look like it's good, but dust still there, still dirty. That's an inside thing that's going on the inside of you. Y'all have some speakers being clean houses when you go home. You want to make sure everything's right. Saying, God, I'm no longer content with stuff around me. So now when I walk in and something's out of order, immediately I get irritable. Because it just ain't right. But because I was conditioning myself, because I lived with a mess within me for so long, that I was silent about it. God said, that's another demon. That's another demon. Deal with it. Deal with the inner you and don't be content. On the outward appearance, you look like you all together. You are warm, well kept. But not seeing the inside issues that's really going on, that's unclean on the inside. God said, no longer will your outward appearance be all dressed up and your inside appearance all jacked up. God said, no more. No more. When you and I was at a family reunion yesterday, and I saw this young lady. She was cute. She was had on her little jeans, her little white shirt, her little bright yellow leather jacket, her little open-toe boots, and I'm like, that girl, she look nice. God said, take another look. I said, oh. He said, now I want you to see what's really on the inside of her. A tore-up young lady. So, guys, you can't just be going. Let me talk to these guys over here. Guys, you can't just be going and looking at you, but put it away. Guys, they can't be just going and looking at a young lady just because her outward appearance looks nice. Because her outward appearance does not mean that she's a clean girl. Because you got a whole bunch of dirty girls that look like they got it all together but messed up because of sexual issues. Your outward appearance look like she's A-OK, but don't know what kind of disease she really carrying. Guys, girls, guys look like they A-OK, but you don't know how dirty they really are. You don't know what disease they carrying. You don't know what inner issues they got going on. Because they were searching for something. He said, my house is not daddy daycare. I'm not going to babysit your stuff no more. It's time for you to deal with you, be real with you, and be able to accept responsibility